And we are live. Can you hear me? Am I going in and out? Yep, I am going in and out.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Check one check. Okay. All right, we good. Don't know what was going on there. All right. Well, pass all that. Let's send that light off. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome to an episode of the Terms and Conditions podcast. Uh, I am Keymon. Got Rez Burner in here. What's up, Rez?
Was in.
And Roy might be stopping in here a little bit later. But hey, we rocking right now. So it has been an eventful week. First of all, how was your week?
Can't complain, my brother. Can't complain. How about you?
I'm doing good. You looking real doctorish right now. You looking like Corey Miller when he put his glasses on.
I'm trying to clean up my image.
Okay. Uh, all right. I'm for that. Well, don't say nothing stupid fail to tarnish it.
You never know when it comes to me.
Yeah, I never know when it come to y'all.
That's
But
why
yeah, we in here. Let me get Facebook because Facebook's still in and out right now. Get Facebook on here real quick. All right. That way we won't be ignoring people. All right. Well, let's jump to these topics. First of all, one of the biggest talks of the internet right now, social media spaces, is Drake and PND's album. Some sexy songs for you. And everybody, you got so many people out there that love it. So many people most people hate it. What do you think?
You feel like most people hate it?
That has been the overall sentiments that I have seen. But I don't think that people actually gave it a chance. I think that it's cool to hate Drake right now. Therefore, people are just hating Drake.
I feel like looking up and down my timeline, I've seen a lot of people that say they don't like it, but I've also seen a lot of people that say they love it, especially on TikTok. So I've been seeing both sides of the algorithm. I personally, when I first listened to the album, it was cool at first. Um, I gave it like a 6.5 my first listen through, but the more I listen to it, the more I like it, and that's been consistent with all of Drake's projects when it comes to me. Like when I hear a Drake project, I really got to sit with it and listen for a while, and then you know I get into that mode, into that vibe, because that's not my natural. That's not naturally what I listen to. It's not naturally what I'm into on a day-to-day basis when I'm riding around. But that don't take away from the fact that it's not good music. It's just like I give you an example like Tyler the Creator. Like I don't listen to the type of music that Tyler the Creator makes, but I can sit down, listen to that project, and hear the art, and objectively be like, oh yeah, this should be in contention for album of the year, which I feel like it should have. So when it came to the Drake project, man, just I know Nokia stands out to me. I know Gimme a Hug stands out to me.
Who's calling that phone?
That shit. And that was one of those songs when I first heard it. I was like, yep. Went straight to the next song.
Not me. Immediately, I was like, "This hard."
Man, when I heard it, I ended up hearing the hook and shit on TikTok, and then I started hearing "Baby Girl." I started hearing that part, and I said, "Let me go back and listen again." And then I ended up saying, "You know what? I like this song." Same thing with "Die Trying." I didn't really like "Die Trying" when I first heard it because it's not what I was looking to listen to. But then you go back and it sounds like one of those early 2000s um, Green Day, Hey There Delilah type of songs. And it just shows the diversity that Drake got as an artist to be able to
I ain't
pull
know
out
you know
different
about that
types of music.
hater Delilah.
Nigga, I'm cultured.
Oh, what you do to me? What up, Block Legs? But
What is
yeah,
that?
you're 100% right. I enjoyed that aspect of it too. And when it came to those songs in particular, I felt like I hadn't got that since So Far Gone. Like,
Mm,
what's the song going on So Far Gone? Do you agree we should let it be? Like, I like those weird alternative songs. I don't even know what to call them. Like, yeah, you're right. Like soft rock
mhm,
um type songs. I enjoyed those from Drake early on. And he has ventured into a lot of things, but he has not gone back there a lot. Um he has leaned more popish, which a lot of those pop songs can be mistaken for that lane, but it's not. Passion fruit and stuff like that is pop. So to hear songs like this, it's like, oh, I like that. And then especially Nokia, like it I know what a lot of these artists are doing, but I love when they do it in a manner in which I can jam to it. Like I like it. I know y'all making songs for TikTok, but if you make a song for TikTok and I like it, then that's a win-win. Like you just kill two birds with one stone. So I feel like that's what Nokia is, and then we get a beat switch and it's still more of the same. It's
right,
still catchy. Like,
right.
bro, like you being a rapper, me being a rapper, you know that it's only so we done heard so many people rhyme girl and whirl and pearl. Like it's normal, like to the point where it's lazy, but it worked.
Mhm,
So me in particular, it's just like you said, the more that I listen to it, the more I find myself gravitating towards the album. Even though I have my standouts, the more I listen to it, the more it gets better.
right. I love the intro. Like from the jump, I heard the intro and I'm like, this is hard. So I was
Yeah,
expecting for the album to go in that direction and to be more songs like that. But it kind of was more, it sounded more like a playlist than an actual album. But
yeah,
and of course, it's a lot of B-sides, it seems like. But I'm fucking with it, to be honest with you. Like everything don't gotta be so complicated. Everything don't gotta be a puzzle to figure out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I I like being able to sit back and just enjoy the music. And when I feel
yeah,
like, it just all depends on what you feel like listening to at the time. We need diversity. We need to be able to have a wider array and selection. I'm trying to figure out what people want Drake to rap about. You know what I'm saying? If they not happy with this, what do you want him to rap about? Because I don't want
yeah,
to hear Drake rapping about no fucking politics. Like I don't think he qualified to speak on it. Stay out the way.
yeah,
And I don't.
yeah,
So I'm not really sure what they're asking of Drake. What do you want him to speak on that he hasn't spoken on already? He's talked about his life, and he continues to do that. Like, what do you want from him?
yeah. And see, that's my main thing. And I hate to continuously bring up Drake and Kendrick, but it's kind of like at this point in time, I think they're going to be tied together for at least the next 2 to 3 years. But when I first heard GNX, I didn't like it. I hated it. I hit the group messages like I do not like this album. But then the more I listen to it, the more I find myself liking more and more songs to the point where I think that it has 12 songs on it, if I'm not mistaken. It went from me liking about maybe 4 or 5 songs to me just not liking about two, maybe 3 songs. So it just kind of blows my mind that you will have one fan base over here saying that, man, you just got to keep listening to it. But then I literally had someone tell me today that I asked him, I was like, hey man, you and I know that he leans Kendrick. He's a Kendrick stan. So I was like, hey man, you listen to the Drake album? He said, yeah. I didn't really like it. I listened to a couple of songs. I don't like the album. I was like, how you don't like the album and you only listen to a couple of songs? Like it's 21, 22 songs on there. So how is it that you only listen to about 3 or 4 of them and say that you don't like the album? You don't know. So you find yourself giving one artist all the runway in the world, but you ready to hate this other project. And
That's
it's
the
like,
thing. They don't. It's not that they don't like the album. It's that they don't want to like the album. They don't want to listen to the whole album because they don't want to end up liking the album. So you don't want to consume the music. Fuck around. And say, oh shit, I kind of like this song.
yeah, like PG Lane Roy, where you at? He still ain't heard. He heard us. We've been talking about this album in the group chat for all weekend, and he hear us singing. He was like, "What that's from? That's from that Drake. You gotta go listen to that Drake."
Everybody's scared to stand on their own and have their own opinion. Like,
yeah,
ain't no reason to be scared. Like, I liked Drake before. I like Drake now.
Yeah.
I had my critiques of Kendrick before. I got my critiques of Kendrick now. Like, this shit ain't gonna make no difference. And I like Gen X. I think Gen X is a better project than some sexy songs for you. But I think like the battle, I think it's closer than what people really want to get credit for. Like the battle, I think what Kendrick was doing was more artistic than Drake.
But Drake is doing some artistic stuff on his album, like
Drake
you said,
artistic stuff in the beef.
CN Tower, like he's saying, like, you know, the city looks good when it's dead, like a flower. Like, no, what he say? Yeah, like I like that. Like it's imagery. That's the things that hip hop is built upon, being able to tell a story. What are some of your takeaway songs from like what you think, and what is some of the things that jump out that you have to say about certain tracks?
Like I said, I like the vibe of CN Towers. Like you said, the imagery. I think he was really poetic. The way he approached that hook. And you know, it's only so many ways you could talk about relationships when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, being in one or going through the trials and tribulations of them. And it's just all about how you can make it sound at this point, because it's not going to be any different than what we've heard before. Like, this is a topic that everybody's touched on since the beginning of music. So I like CN Towers. I like This Raining in Houston. I like Pimmy's Revenge. I like I said, Nokia. I like Give Me a Hug. I like
Stop.
a lot of these.
Stop. You know we gotta talk about Give Me a Hug, right? We gotta talk about Give Me a Hug. So Give Me a Hug. There's some shots in there.
For sure.
And this is, so I got some criticism. I got some criticisms of the album. We're gonna get to that. But right now, my criticisms is of the criticizers. That line where he said, if I die, then basically the sentiments, if I die, then you the sole beneficiary. Like, what you gonna do with it? Have him in 29 twerking with a dictionary. I saw people saying that line was mid. It's not mid at all. It's like, what are we doing here? It is not mid at all. It's okay to say that you like, you see that comment.
Yeah.
That's your energy right there.
For sure.
But to sit back here and say that it's not good, like, let's just be for real. Like, I'd rather, opposed to you lying, just stay out the way. You ain't got to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say something. Just sit it out. Like, you don't have to say anything at all. But to just sit back there and say that that's not good, and to actually think about it. Like, now it was another line that he said that I didn't necessarily like, but when he said, forget a rap beef, I'm trying to get the party lit. Like, I didn't like that. But the energy of what he said is 100% true. Like, you're not going to really get a lot of that from Kendrick. Like, these are two, even though they collided, these are two totally different artists with two totally different fan base. Now, they do have people that overlap, like me. I like them both. But I don't want to hear, I want to hear Kendrick when I'm riding in my car. I want to hear Kendrick when I got an AirPod in. I don't really party much, but if I was partying, I don't want to hear Kendrick. Maybe a couple of songs, but yeah. So I mean, I thought that bar was nice. What's that say? Nah, Drake won the beef. He got more money than Kendrick.
Say big bang, take little bang.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it from that aspect, one could say how long, because we know that they'll cut your water off. What's up, TMR? What's up, TMR? But yeah, we know they'll cut your water off now. So, and it seems like they got Kendrick water on for the moment. So, but hey, what I will say, it looks like when you go outside the United States, it seems like it's business as usual with Drake.
Yeah, he not slowing that down, bro. Drake gonna bounce back from all of that. It's just PR right now, and it's popular to hate him. But if it's popular to hate somebody, eventually it comes around and you love him again. Because it was a moment where it was popular to hate Lil Wayne, then Lil Wayne got popular again. And if it wasn't for Drake and Kendrick Lamar getting into it, then Wayne would still kind of be riding that high of everybody being like, "This nigga a legend. We got to give Wayne his flowers." Da 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 da. Right now, it's fuck Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne decided that he wanted to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So everybody like, man, fuck you. But
Speaking of flowers, I forgot that's how we were supposed to start. We supposed to start off like that. But can we give Wayne his flowers now?
should have always been had him. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
I want to come back to that Drake and PND thing. I want more along the lines of the stuff that's around the album. But we had SNL 50 this weekend, and Wayne was the artist. And just for me, I believe that he did an amazing job. I don't necessarily like the set list, but that's because I'm a true Wayne fan. Like when it comes to me and this dude on on the live, like we've been Cash Money fans since we were like mid 90s, when we were 5-6 years old. Like, so when it comes to it, like this is something that we seen Wayne as a kid morph into a man. So with that being the case, it's like, are we gonna like the set list? No. I think what he did, 3 songs from Carter 3 and 1 from Carter 4, 1 from Carter 5. Uproar, Mrs. Officer, a Millie, Lollipop, and
6 foot, 7 foot.
6 foot, 7 foot. But what I will say is this, like, just from what I have to take away from the performance, it's a lot of people saying that Wayne, Wayne looks good. Like, we hadn't seen this Wayne for a while. I will say that Wayne looks better, but we seen this Wayne at Louisiana Fest. So when y'all were making all of these jokes about he couldn't do the Super Bowl, I'm like, but what are you looking at? Like, they say it's you had multiple crowds. You had one crowd that say that Wayne can't do it because of music, which I always thought that was just crazy. And I actually kind of feel like this would have been his Super Bowl set list, and he made it a point to actually do it here, and people would have rocked with it. But then you had the other crowd of people that said that he can't do it because he's not well. So to see him on that stage clearly delivering his songs, like all of his lyrics are clear and very precise. Like, I just thought that it was amazing to see Wayne basically say, for all y'all that's been talking, I hear it. And so say, I want you to judge this performance like you've been judging that wrestling performance, or that what's that other performance that people love to. I want, and often when you have these situations, you never hear the rebuttal be as loud as the initial argument. So where y'all at now? That's just, what I got to say. What you got to say?
I think they was hating from the jump. I mean, it was just all in defense of Kendrick Lamar. That's the only reason that you had these attacks. Like nobody was talking about Lil Wayne as a performer before that. Nobody was worried about how Lil Wayne performs before that. Everybody was fine with Lil Wayne as a performer. Nobody was even really paying attention to his health. Like that was just an excuse. You know what I'm saying? It was just something people were throwing shit at the wall to see if it stick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and we ain't had no concerns about Lil Wayne health when it comes to performing. Wayne ain't never passed out while performing or anything. Had to be rushed off stage or had a seizure on stage. Like nothing's happened on stage for us to say that he can't conduct a performance, let alone a 13-minute performance when his shows go for an hour and a half when he do a big show. So you saying he can't get on stage for 13 minutes and then get off? You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. And then, like you said, when they were saying he don't have a catalog, and I saw many people trying to say he don't have a catalog, I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about right now? Especially now with hindsight being 2020, watching Kendrick Lamar go up there and do GNX.
Talk about it.
Like Lil Wayne could have, at that point, if Kendrick Lamar can do GNX, Lil Wayne could do The Block Is Hot. Shit, Lil Wayne could go up there and do Get Off the
on the porch.
he can do Get Off the Corner if we doing fucking Man in the Garden.
Yeah.
If we doing shit like that, then Lil Wayne can do All My Niggas If You're With Me Where You At. Like he could pick whatever the fuck he want to pick at that point if that's how he rocking. But we already know Wayne would have did, like you said, the feature list. The set list he did on SNL. All those songs definitely would have been performed, and he probably would have had features. He probably would have brought out people from other genres and really put on a Super Bowl performance that people would have been like, "I love that performance," and it wouldn't have just been catered to our culture. Because the Kendrick Lamar's performance was basically for black people and white people who are into Kendrick Lamar specifically. Yeah. And Lil Wayne would have did something that I feel like all of America would have been like, oh yeah, we fucking with that. Because he probably would have brought out some rock artists to do certain songs that he got with them. Because he got big songs with them. He could have brought out Bruno Mars, did Mirrors. Like he could have just went all kind of ways because of how big his feature list is. But you know, it is what it is. I think he looked great though. The SNL performance was great. The mark of a great hip hop performer has always been rapping without the vocal tracks. That's always been the mark of a good hip hop performer. Y'all be moving the goalposts. Like It's never been jumping around. It's never been choreography. It's never been theatrics. It's always you rap your verses clear and concise until that hook come in with no vocal track. It's just like nobody said that Lil Wayne, when he got on stage and did Gossip at the BET Awards, nobody said that was a bad performance. Everybody was like, that shit was amazing. And all he did was stand in front of the mic.
Stand in one spot.
He never moved. He never moved. I can remember when Kevin Gates was first blowing up. I went to see him at the Howlin' Moon in New Orleans, Uptown. And he stood on stage, didn't move from that one spot. And it was one of the best performances I had ever seen in my life. It was to the point like I'm in my rapper brain like, man, I want to do my performances like Kevin Gates, because Kevin Gates would get on there and like he had it set up where it would just be the bass. He had this bass that he would put in between every song. It was the same bass. It never changed. Just boom, 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 808s hitting. And he'll do a song. He'll go into a song. He'll do the verse. And then he'll do a little bit of the hook with the actual song playing, and then the song cut out, and it just goes to that bass, boom, boom, and he continues the hook a cappella. And then sometimes he would go from the a cappella hook into the second verse and just keep going over that bass a cappella, and it just kind of set an aura. But he didn't have to move and do nothing. He didn't have no choreographers or anything like that. He just stood there. So like, you know, people just saying things. People were just saying things because they want Kendrick Lamar to have that stage. And again, he's untouchable right now. It ain't got nothing to do with Lil Wayne.
And to speak of Kendrick Lamar, like all you got to do is go back and look at last week and see, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever I said about Kendrick and his performance. If you go and look at that, all the things that I said good about Kendrick's performance were existent in this very performance with Wayne, this SNL 50. Like you just said, the ability to rap it without the tracks, but I just want to take it one step further and say his ability to edit himself. Like y'all do not recognize as a rapper how hard that is when you perform these songs all the time in settings in which you do not have to edit yourself. So to be able to turn that on, edit yourself, that takes being present in the moment. And that's the same thing that I was giving Kendrick kudos for. So like, regardless of what you want to say, I do hold Kendrick up and say that he is probably the best performer in hip hop. But everything that I said about Kendrick good stands for Wayne in this very performance. So I just want y'all to be real with, like, be real. Like, I understand you like who you like. When it comes to all of these people that we have mentioned today, I like Wayne is pretty much probably my favorite artist of all time. Kendrick is out of Kendrick and Drake. I like Kendrick more. Um, so when it comes to that, but I like Drake also. So when it comes to all of that stuff, I just want y'all to be able to be objective, opposed to being a stand. Like, because that junk is really, that's weird. Like, we don't know none of these people. The only thing we know is what they show us. So for you to sit back here, like, I've seen people say, man, I know such and such, I know such and such. It's like, no, you don't. So let's be real here. But that's all I had to say about that. If you don't have anything else, we can move forward.
For sure.
All right. So I said we'll get back to Drake and PND. I think that is funny. Seeing some of the petty stuff that's happening around the conversation that's coming from Drake, OVO camp, PND. First of all, I thought that it was hilarious. And Give Me a Hug, Drake sent a shot towards Joe Budden. Wasn't the greatest of shots, but I knew what it was for. It was divide and conquer. And to an extent, it kind of like Melissa Ford changed her Instagram bio to Legend from the Six. And I'm like, that kind of looks weird when you standing up there with the person he just shot at, but okay. So it kind of worked to an extent, but I like the pettiness of Drake at times. Like just people being, old boy, Republic of Jamaica said, nah, Drake won. He got more money than Kendrick. Like, I like seeing how millionaires and billionaires spend their money sometimes. So the fact that Drake and PND, Joe's baby mama, Cyn Santana, is fianced. She's about to get married or whatnot. And her fiance owns a restaurant in New York. So on Valentine's Day, you had Drake and PND buy everybody's food. And that's just petty. Like, that's just super petty. And it's hilarious to me because a part of me, I was just sitting up there trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm like, but what's the point of that? And it's just stupid. It's the same thing as sending bottles to Charlemagne. It's like, look, I got money and let me just do something petty out here. It's gonna work, and it's gonna end up being promotion. But I want to be petty right now.
Yeah, Drake liable to do anything in a beef.
Yeah. And then the other thing, speaking of the beef, so top 5, OVO camp. This will be the only time that we'll mention top 5 on here. But top 5 recently went to jail, and he recently got out of jail. And the first thing that he did when he got out of jail is posted on his social media page, like the Ticketmaster of Kendrick's show in Toronto. Like, we gonna be there, and this is supposed to be one of Drake's shooters, one of the people in Toronto that get busy. So I told Calvin when he first announced the tour, and I think I might have said it publicly online, that I don't like him doing a Toronto date. And they like, oh man, it's Drake and Kendrick. It ain't no street stuff. You ain't got to worry about doing that. But that's the thing. Like, these things can grow legs and go places. So one side of that is funny until something happened. You know?
I mean, it is what it is. You get yourself involved in these kind of back and forth, they can escalate like this. Like this is why men operate the way they operate around men, and men are careful what they say to each other because anything can happen when you got two men clashing and testosterone gets going. And we live in America. Niggas got guns.
Yeah.
You can have guns here. So shit. It could escalate, bro. It can go from 0 to 100 real quick. No pun intended.
I was about to say pun intended.
So I mean, you know, that's always been my attitude. Like whenever you get into a rap beef, you know a rap beef can turn into that. We've seen it countless times. How many people have died at the hands of rap beef? Young Dolph, King Von, Tupac and Biggie. The list goes on and on. And definitely plenty of niggas in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans.
Plenty in Chicago.
Plenty in Chicago, plenty in Atlanta. So, you know, you jump out here, and that's the thing about Kendrick. He wants to be a competitor, and he wants to do these things and say these things to create competition, but it's not a battle rap setting. You know what I'm saying? Like he's bringing a battle rap attitude to a non-battle rap setting, and you know, you never know how people gonna take certain shit, and certain people will make it seem like it's okay, and they not worried about it anymore. And then 10 years from now, they just been waiting to catch you lacking.
Yeah, them some diabolical people there.
Yeah, I respect those people.
Well, one more thing on here, and it kind of lends to what I was saying, the hate side of the album. PND posted something on Instagram and then deleted it. And he said it's an album to have sex to, not to sit down and analyze, my guys. And then he said something else. I ain't got to say all that. But yeah, I mean, I do rock with that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with the first part, but I agree with the second part.
Who they think they is, Jodeci?
Yeah, this ain't that. Oh, I forgot. Speaking of which, that's my other. I said I had a criticism of it. I've been listening to Drake since really 06 when Replacement Girl came out. Even though he don't acknowledge that song, but then around 08 is when we start listening to Drake heavy. 08, 09. And so I've always known that he sings. I'm kind of tired of it now. Like I want him to stay in his pocket. When he stay in his pocket, I'm okay with him. But like I thought about it for the first time the other day. I'm like, who else do we accept runs from that can't sing?
Lil Wayne.
It's different though. Like we don't look at Lil Wayne as a singer.
Kodak Black.
Well, I'm just tired of the runs.
Fable.
It's like stay Fable.
Barbara.
I mean, yeah. I'm tired of the runs. Like just make be Drake with the melodies, but don't push it too far. Like you ain't got to do all that.
The boy got that powerful voice corrections. That Melodyne, a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, but I mean, you can clearly see that it's not fixing something in some areas, and it's like maybe in that moment, just don't do that. Like, how bad did it have to be before for you to deliver that product? Like, just don't do it. Just relax. But anywho, like I said, the second part of that, it's like this is not an album that you're supposed to be over analytical on. Like, it's an album full of like it's some of that on there. It's some vibes on there, but it ain't like the ones where he rapping and he actually shooting at Kendrick. Analyze all the way, but all the other stuff is like come on, man. It's just songs. It's not all. And honestly, I'm just gonna be real with you. Kendrick fans are the worst because y'all see stuff that ain't even there. And so with that, y'all being over analytical and y'all trying to put that on all other music too. All other music ain't that. Like sometimes I don't. Well, most times, and you said that like so many times over the years. Like I don't want to have to think when I'm listening to music. I want to think when I'm reading a book. Like I can separate the two. So that's what I say. That is correct. Now you're right. This ain't
They
no
be
Jodeci.
they be picking and choosing anyway, because like at moments they want to be super analytical of Drake music, but then when it's time to actually be analytical, they don't want to analyze it anymore.
Yeah.
When it's time to be analytical and start looking for deeper meanings that could be into some lyrics, they act like he too simple to find these deeper meanings. It's impossible. He can't mean anything other than what the surface level of what he said. But then at the same time, oh nah, it's just it's such a case of moving the goalposts at every turn that it's not enjoyable. It's just like when the beef was going on. It's not enjoyable because we can't sit back and enjoy both projects for what they are. We can't sit back and enjoy both artists for what they are. We can't be honest, or at least one side can't be honest about the talent of Drake as an artist. We can't be honest about the fact that he does have some really good witty similes and metaphors, and that he's good with imagery, and that he's good with making music that speaks to him and his experiences. And what do you where do you want him to go from here? Like, he's been rapping for 15 years. What growth are you looking for? Like, what
Yeah.
direction are you looking for? He's 36. Like, just because he's been in the game so for a long time doesn't mean that he gotta be rapping about dad shit. Like, Jay-Z didn't start doing that shit till he was what, in his 40s? Like,
Really
before
on
that,
the last album.
yeah, before that, Jay-Z was
Well,
still
no, he
popping
did
this
before.
shit.
Well, Jay has always done it, but he always snuck it in there. Like he didn't start like really putting it in there to 444.
Yeah.
Uh, like so when it comes to that, like when you say you want growth out of somebody, like, and you brought that up the other day when we were on the phone, it's like what more growth do you like? The man that did every genre of music. He done been introspective. He done everything. The only thing left for him to do is basically be political. And we don't necessarily want to hear that from Drake. What in Drake's life has showed me that he is someone that I want speaking for me on a political level?
Why would I want him speaking about what's going on in black in American politics when he's not from here? Like you said, he's not like us and he's not from here. He don't go here. Why would I want to hear what he got to say about what's happening here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck what he got to say about he can't relate to the black American experience of experiencing that type of racism that we experience here. He grew up in Canada. So it is what it is. He can't speak to it.
Yeah.
And I don't need him to. I don't need that from Drake. I don't need that from Lil Wayne. It's cool when they do it. I appreciate it. Georgia Bush was great. You know what I'm saying? Tie My Hands was great. But to me, that's more of a flex of artistry. You only need to do it one time just to show that you can do it. It's not like it's something that you got to keep doing. But that's Kendrick. For Kendrick, that's his lane.
Yeah.
Because he carved out a niche just like Kanye West. Because he couldn't approach it from the gangster shit because nobody was going to, like, at that point, now we're going to start vetting you to see if that's who you are and if we're going to accept that from you or not. And it's not anything new to approach from that. Like, that's a void that's already filled by plenty of artists. So he went into a void that was devoid so that he could become who he could become. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I hope you keep making videos even when you're not feeling it. So many good channels just stop making videos and never make it to the success and return of the effort. Don't stop. Peace. You are 100% right. And I will sit back here and say that I am determined to build our platform to where we're seeing a return this year. So you don't have to worry about that. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. But speaking on what you just said, you just said something about the gangster rap that reminded me of another shot from the album. it's like, and I brought this up, like, where did this come from with Kendrick? Where did this come from with Kendrick? It's like, oh, so you a gangster now? Snatching chains and burning tattoos? Like, where did this come from? So I thought that it was dope. When he I think that was Give Me a Hug, when he was like, me shout out to Savage. He the only one to check on me when we really go through it. 1,000 killers on rap, but it's only like 10 that'll go do it. I'm like, he's 100% right, and I feel like that was another Kendrick shot. Because it's like, where did you come from out of nowhere, and now you this big gangster?
I think it's what he always wanted to be. Because we've talked about this before. Every man wants that gladiator feel. Every man wants that experience of crossing over into becoming a man. Every man wants to be able to have that feeling of I went to war. It's primal. It's just like back in the day when our ancestors, they was in the fields of Africa, in the savannas of Africa, and you turned 11, 12 years old, and you got to go get the lion, kill a lion, and bring it back to show that you become a man. Like, at the end of the day, we all still have that in us in some kind of way. We all want to flash our masculinity and show that we tough in some kind of way. No man wants to be seen as a bitch or seen as a pushover. So I feel like Kendrick Lamar, this is something that he always wanted to be. And he just felt like maybe it wasn't safe to do. But when you got all this money and all the street niggas that you maybe weren't as safe around growing up, you're safe around them now because you got this money and this influence, and they want to be next to you. So now you can act out those feelings because of how much money and influence that you have. Your money and influence has earned you the right to now be able to be what you wanted to be before. And you saw it with Drake, and you see it with people all the time.
I was waiting on you to stop talking, because I'm finna say, don't that mean that he just, even though he say that they not like us, don't that mean he just hit the step that Drake hit like what 10 years ago?
Yeah, people do that shit all the time, bro. And you heard Kanye talk about it. Kanye said he wanted to be a gangster rapper, but he couldn't. So he started doing backpack rap because nobody was doing it. So he filled a niche on some shit that he really wasn't even on, and went and got and went and got some niggas who was on that to write the lyrics for him.
Man, Kanye, he fooled all y'all.
Fooled everybody. So I feel like
I can't say y'all, he fooled me too.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar might slick be like that. Like, he might have been a nigga that was supposed to be a backpack rapper, or that didn't want to be a gangster rapper, but he had to do what he had to do.
I don't believe that stuff. But
I know these niggas see me on live and they calling me. What you were saying?
I don't believe in that stuff, but you say it all the time. Gemini, Kanye, Kendrick. Speaking of which, I just said that we're not talking about Kanye no more, but Kanye definitely he coming around on Drake. You said that earlier, and I was already thinking that. I saw that, and I'm like, boy, this man don't know what. I think he just be wanting to do whatever everybody doing. He just be wanting to do the opposite. But yeah, that's cool. But yeah, we done here.
We can be.
All right. Well, hey, it's gonna be a short show this time. I'm rocking with it. Well, All-Star Weekend just passed. Switching gears to basketball. And did we have that conversation about when I was saying that the NBA has a problem? Did we have that personally? We had that on stream.
I don't think we had that conversation. Oh, that was off screen. Now that I'm
okay. So I'm a big NBA fan. I love the roll off of Super Bowl into All-Star. All-Star has always been that thing to me where it's like, okay, football is over. It's all basketball now. It's that part of the season where we finna get ready to go into playoff runs and serious basketball, and the All-Star is the start of it. And so I always I've historically loved every aspect of it. Like I take off work just to be able to watch all of the events at All Star. And I can say, and I don't know if it's because of my Pelicans or just the state of the NBA, but I could care less about All Star this year. I didn't watch Friday. I didn't watch Saturday. On Sunday before the game, when I seen that they was changing the format up, um, I caught up on the dunk contest and the 3-point shootout. And Mac McClung, even though I had just said that he don't deserve to be on the floor, I still feel that way. I feel like he should be in the shadows teaching the stars. And that's what I feel like the problem with the NBA is the stars are like everybody want to reap the benefits of the work that has been put in order for them to get to this point, but nobody wants to continue on with the legacy. Like we have to do something. I want to see a good dunk contest because I used to think that we done seen all the dunks that we could see. But then I get on Instagram every day and I see dunks that I ain't never seen before. So they out there. It's just that you gotta work with like I want to see the John Morants of the world. I want to see the Zions of the world. Maybe not the Zions because if he get in the dunk contest, then he gonna be out for the rest of the season. But I want to see Giannis. I want to see the NBA stars participating in the events. And so I get it that a lot of these people use these times to say I'm skipping All Star if I don't make All Star so that I can go on vacation. Well, NBA, if you know that, then we need to implement a vacation in the season so that we can get all the participation in All Star that's needed because I'm not like I will say that I did kind of like the tweaking of the format. I know a lot of people didn't like it. But I will say that it did. Like I saw people playing defense. I saw people man that Trey. Did you see that doggone Trey Young play?
Mm-hmm.
That was nasty. Like, and then I kind of hate it. Like to me, that's number one and number two. No, well, top three for sure. Top three handles of all time: Kyrie and Steph Curry. So for you to pull them tricks out on them, that was nice. But I was happy with the All-Star game, not so happy with All-Star weekend, even to the point where like I saw this after the fact, but you had Chris Paul and Wimby just go out there and not even try in the skill challenge. It's like, what are we doing here? Like y'all not even trying to put out a good product for the fans.
Um, I watched most like Friday was Valentine's Day, so I was out doing things with the family when it came to that. So I kind of saw some of the celebrity game um, on the TV at the restaurant or whatever. But I feel like the celebrity game was lacking the type of celebrities that we used to see. Like I didn't see, and I kind of feel like it's because it was in San Francisco. It wasn't in one of those big party cities, one of those major cities where people would actually want to go. Um, so like that was kind of different. You know, you used to see all the people that we knew coming up, and maybe we might just be older. I don't know, but I feel like I'm still kind of tapped in with what's going on
Yeah.
in the world of popularity, and I didn't see a lot of people that I knew. Like the most popular person I think I saw was Cyn. So like that was big, but
Drewski.
yeah, Cyn and Drewski. But yeah, so I kind of didn't really get to see too much of that. Saturday night, me and Brittany sat down and we watched the 3-point contest and we watched the dunk contest. 3-point contest was cool. Dunk contest was okay. I mean, it was really just Stephon Castle and Mac McClung. The other two, Buzelis and who was the other dude? I can't even remember
Uh,
the other dude.
I don't remember either.
They might as well had not even been there. Like, I don't have any complaints uh, when it comes to wanting the stars to do it, I just want people that can actually dunk and don't miss dunks to do it. People that are in the NBA, or at least young people that are popular. Like I would have liked to seen the Thompson twins. You know what I'm saying? A man and a sword. That would have been cool if both of them was in the dunk contest against each other. The Thompson twins, Jalen Green, some of these young dunkers, some of these young high flyers, like a Stephon Castle. You know what I'm saying?
your boy did that, right?
Who
LeBron.
did what?
He the reason why superstars feel like they ain't got to do it.
I mean, if he is, then it is what it is. I mean, LeBron, it made no sense for LeBron to do it.
It made sense for him to do it, just because it's what I just said. Like
LeBron stylistically, like what is LeBron gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like we watched people like Jason Richardson win the dunk contest. And, like,
you're right.
You know
I'm saying just from the star perspective, like we saw the stars do it, even if I do understand the good thing about why he didn't do it. It didn't fit his brand because yeah. What? Yeah.
This on the NBA, incentivize them. Say, look, man, we'll get if you do the dunk contest, we'll give you extra $5 million.
You don't think they did?
No,
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure he just didn't take it.
I don't see him passing. I don't see nobody passing up $5 million because it ain't got to stop with him. Everybody passing up the extra money, bro, the extra bread. No, bro. Like they not doing what they need to do to make sure that these people participate. Like you could put it, or you could force it in their contracts. You could put that shit in the agreement if you want.
It's coming.
Like I'm more disappointed that somebody like Zion ain't did it shit, because Zion got the power and, you know what I'm saying, he got some creativity to his dunks. But LeBron, what LeBron gonna do? Like LeBron was basically a tomahawker, and a windmiller. Like what he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? If he won, he would win just because. And plus, if he lost, they gonna hold it against him and say Jordan won, but you didn't win.
That's why I say I understand why he didn't do it, but I also still gotta hold the L on him being the one that showed the stars of today the way in that regard. I mean, it ain't a bad thing. It's just it's kind of like, you know, the debate where people saying Steph Curry messed the NBA up. Steph Curry can actually shoot though. So
let me ask you this: what star that came into the NBA after LeBron should have done a dunk contest?
I mean, I can't really think of the like last generation stars. I can just think of this one. Like
who's the dunker?
Ja Morant, Zion. Like these are all. Has Giannis done it?
Nah, I wouldn't want to see Giannis.
I wouldn't I put Giannis in that same category as LeBron, but I also feel like it's kind of like a rite of passage. Like we don't remember. We know Kobe did it. We don't remember none of them dunks.
Shit, I damn near forgot.
Dwayne Wade did it.
Huh? I said I damn near forgot that that he did it till you said it. I don't remember Dwayne Wade being in the fucking dunk contest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these stars did it. So LeBron was one of the first to say, "No, I'm not doing it," and I feel like that's where we are now, where so many stars that are capable of doing it don't want to do it because I mean it just kind of is what it is. So I do feel like I feel you. The NBA do need to incentivize it, but I also feel like you got to recognize that you know everybody has their part to play in pushing the game forward, and you know, it is what it is.
Forward in so many other ways. Like for me to be concerned, for me to be worried about the All-Star game, like All-Star weekend always kind of just been like, you know what I'm saying? The All-Star game itself, like we never really gave a fuck about the All-Star game. It's always really been about the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. That's all we ever really worried about.
Well, I can't say that for myself. I cared about
the challenge. I don't care about the skills challenge. Like every year, I would want to see the celebrity game to see which celebrity is gonna play. And I'm not even really watching the celebrity game for real. I just want to see what celebrity is gonna be there and see what kind of funny shit is gonna happen. Then my focus immediately shifts to the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. And the dunk contest is the highlight of the weekend for me. So if it's a good dunk contest, I'm happy. And we've had really good dunk contests before.
Yeah. Dunk contests will fall off for a couple of years and get right for a couple of years, then fall off for a couple of years.
Because who the fuck was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon for us to be worried about? But they put on a fucking
They
show.
put on a show.
That was a hell of a show. So it ain't even really about the stars. It's just they not getting people that can fucking finish dunks. It's like they don't even have these people work on these dunks before they go and do them. They just show up and try some shit and miss 4-5 dunks. And like Buzelis didn't even hit a dunk his first go round.
Yeah,
like he didn't make a dunk. He ran out of time and never got a dunk into the basket. So like, why the fuck was Buzelis there?
Yeah.
If he can't do anything. And the second dude too, he kept missing dunks. Stephon Castle was good. He would have been fine. And of course, Mac McClung, he gonna do his thing, but
he killed.
Yeah, he killed it. He killed it. And that's typically, if we really think back, like a lot of these years, it usually is just one motherfucker that's just going crazy.
Yeah.
And the rest of these fools missing all kind of dunks and shit like that. It's rare that you have like with what we saw with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine or Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter, Michael Jordan, Dominique, and Jason Richardson. Was it Desmond Mason?
I don't remember.
From the Supersonics, Darius Miles.
But all of those people that you just named is to my point where I said that these are dunk contests that push the game forward. Like our parents' generation, they remember that Michael and Dominique. We remember Vince Carter. We remember Aaron Gordon, like and Zach LaVine. We just remember these things, and I feel like we're coming up on a generation where they not gonna get that. So I just want to see where they at.
It's so much harder for them though, because they gotta do the craziest fucking dunks. Like the shit that Mac McClung gotta do for his dunks to be original are ridiculous. Like Jordan, we herald Jordan for fucking rocking the cradle, bro.
Yeah,
nigga ran up to the basket and the nigga did like this and just spread his legs and put his arm out, and they was like, "Oh my fucking god!" But then a nigga do a 360 windmill now, and it's a 47.
Yeah.
JR, when Kobe went into the dunk contest, you had JR Ryder going between the legs, and at that time, that was like, what the fuck? 60s. Yeah. Give him 60s. Because that's way better than the 50s. So him going between the legs and dunking was like, oh my God. If you do a between the legs dunk now, that's a 45.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, shit, what would LeBron or somebody like, what would he have to do in order to win? Because like, what dunk is he gonna pull out that we haven't seen before? The only people that you see doing dunks that we haven't seen before are people who basically are professional dunkers. Like that's what they do, is make YouTube videos of them coming up with stupid ass dunks that's gonna take so much time and precision. An NBA player ain't got time to work on that, especially a young one like say for instance Asua Thompson. That nigga need to be working on his 3-point shot and his fucking mid-range game. Not no fucking.
And when you say that, you're right. You're right with that.
Yeah, like I ain't got no time to be working on those all-star game dunks. Like they need to be able to go out there, and people need to be happy if a nigga do a 360 windmill or a 360 between the legs, or if they throw it off the glass. And as long as they making it, like that's really what I be wanting to see. Just a motherfucker go out there and do some flashy dunks with some power and not miss.
Yeah,
I want everybody to hit their dunks on the first take, even if it's simple, bro. If all you got is a windmill, nigga, just go out there and hit that windmill and go sit your ass down and take your 39.
Yeah. Okay. So while I was watching the let me see, I want to get this up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up. No, get out of there. All right. While I was watching the All-Star game, I seen this commercial. And did you see this commercial?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna play it for you.
I've died 3 times and came back from that. there is life after the unimaginable. My motto is tell me that I can't and I will show you that I can. I get to be the first person on Naked and Afraid with no legs, and I think that's pretty damn cool.
I mean,
So I want to make it clear. I'm not laughing at the fact that she don't have no legs. But I got some questions. Like the way that she moves around, she picks up, y'all all saw it. Like, so I don't watch Naked and Afraid. But you know, I've seen commercials for it, and this commercial kind of stopped me in my tracks. The fact that she picks her body up and then she scoots and then she plants. It's like in the dirt though.
she gonna get an infection.
That's what I was thinking. I'm
She's
like,
strong as fuck though.
huh?
She's strong as fuck though.
Yeah, like I was,
I move
I
around
commend
like
that.
that. Her fucking shoulders and triceps going crazy.
And then on top of that, she out there, like you seen the rest of the commercial, she out there doing stuff that I'm not doing with two legs. Like I'm not jumping out no plane. I'm not doing none of that stuff. So I commend that. But I'm just sitting back there like, no, like that's kind of crazy.
You might gotta jump off a plane now because these planes is crashing, nigga. You need to get ready to jump out just in case. Fucking with
yeah,
Elon.
I forgot about it. Yeah. See, we just keep finding our ways into segues.
If you gonna plane travel, nigga, you need to be ready to jump out.
What's going on?
I think it's a ploy. I think they doing
something
it on
going
purpose.
on. Oh,
I think they're doing it on purpose so Elon can take over it and they can privatize air travel with SpaceX. That's what all this shit about.
I don't know, but I know Elon going crazy. I know what you said, and that's what I had on there. The last topic for 4.7 trillion. They say he found it. I'm like, I don't necessarily know if that's true. Like, it's a lot of like stuff just swirling out there. We don't know what actually is. But
I don't trust nothing that Elon got to say.
Yeah, I will say, like, yeah. And normally I don't believe in conspiracies, but I don't trust Elon. I just don't, like, especially with the fact that we done seen this man switch up. Like, so for all y'all out there that say that y'all believe in the fact that, you know, he's Republican and all that type of stuff, he was literally just Democrat 4 years ago. Like, so that ought to let you know everything that you need to know, that Elon is out for Elon and where he's going to exist at in this space in the future. So I don't know, man. I just know it's some weird stuff going on now. I ain't trying to get on no plane no time soon.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with it.
Yeah. But anywho. All right. Well, any last words? If not, we out of here.
Any last words? It's crazy, nigga. You trying to kill me out so you could be the sole beneficiary?
What I'm gonna do with it? Man, where you at, man? You supposed to be in here just voice alone today, man. Where you at, man?
He said he was driving.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pause this ahead of time, but hey, we need your energy. We need your energy. I was just finna say something crazy.
We used to.
But yeah, that's a normal show. It's me saying something crazy and both of y'all telling me that I said something crazy. That's a better way to say what I was about to say.
That's more than a normal show. That's a normal day. Group chat.
But anywho, man, so I'm good. We'll be back next week. You'll probably just me in particular, and whoever want to do them. I'm about to start doing more of these, where I don't necessarily I don't make it a thing. I was talking to Roy about that. Like, would he be more inclined to stream more? Like, well, we actually try to make this a show, but we jump on and stream, and it's just shooting the breeze, and we don't have to actually have video up and all that type of stuff. So I think I'm gonna start trying to do more of those just to get in the algorithm a little bit more. But you know, we still gonna keep this weekly. So we'll be back next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, same time. And thank you for rocking with us. Everybody, Logan, we really appreciate what you said. That was very encouraging. Josette, Kimon, that's me, TMR, my boy TMR, Republic of Jamaica, Roxanne, and Blockleg. So
Josette, my auntie.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're my daddy's sister.
I thought I posted what she said.
Mom's point in the building.
But yeah, shout out to Mars Point always. Hometown. But yeah, and then there's probably some people on FaceTime, not FaceTime, on Facebook also. I don't know, man. I don't know why the comments for Facebook ain't popping up, but regardless.
I noticed that.
Yeah. Now the one from my business page popped up for whatever reason, but my personal page now popping up. I don't think yours popped up too, if you had any. But anywho, but yeah, I appreciate all y'all for rocking with us, and we'll see y'all again next week.
Out of here.